we prelude the disc.
What's good people? I'm OBO, and in case you didn't know, I'm the G in LGBTQ, and you're watching It's Just Not Adding Up. So get in here and act like you got some sense. We're about to create some space.
So, you are a comfortably gay man.
Yes, I am.
You are a comfortably gay man who is a father, and you became a father as a comfortably gay man.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's go back. I feel like the $1 million question for a lot of us in the community is kids.
Yeah.
Like we kind of, even relationships, we kind of know a little piece of like how to forge one. If we can relate it to traditional models, that we kind of know.
Yeah.
But when it comes to children, it gets really, really muddy. So first, like what made you even feel like, okay, I'm a gay man, but I'm actually going to have a kid. Like I'm for real.
Actually, the funny thing is I've always wanted kids since the age of 12.
Yeah.
12. What do I know about kids at 12?
You are a kid.
Right. So, once I started to grow, it was just like, okay, I feel like something's missing. Like, and I felt like I'm always the type that loves to give, and I wanted to give something that could continue to grow, Yeah. So, of course, I wanted love. I wanted a family. And I'm like, let's start to pursue that. So it was after actually having cancer, I decided that, hey, now this is like a second chance at love.
Oh, wow.
Like, so now I want to find love. And then after that, I want to build a family. So I found love. And I'm like, okay, hey, let's take the next steps. Let's have a kid.
I've heard this, right? But I haven't, I'm be honest, I haven't seen it actually happen.
Yeah.
A lot of us say we want kids, and we keep saying it until, and so to see it actually come to fruition, like I want to find love, I want to have a kid, and I think it's such a beautiful thing for us in the queer community, because we don't really see that often, right? Especially in media, we don't really see people have kids, even for myself, I know a lot of queer men and queer identified men who have children, but a lot of them had children with women when they were finding their truth, right? And so you want kids, you found love. How did you go about figuring out how to have the kid? Because I'm assuming you and your man didn't get pregnant.
No. I don't think that was possible.
I mean, listen, cis men, pregnancy doesn't really make sense, but okay.
The process was pretty seamless. We were having a casual conversation one day, and the topic came up about kids. In the midst of the conversation, we got a phone call, and the phone call ended up being my child's mother. It was extremely seamless how it happened. It's just like, hey, what you doing? Oh, nothing, talking about kids, talking about surrogacy.
That's a word.
There we go. And she's like, well, what you doing that for? I'll have your baby. I'm like, girl, come on, you play.
Right.
She's like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, okay, we get off the phone. The next day I get a text message like, hey, I'm about to set my doctor appointment. We're going to do this. I'm like, you really serious? She's like, yeah, I'm serious. I'm like, okay, I never forget. It's September. So I'm like, okay, when do you want to do this? I'm ready whenever you are. I'm like, okay, cool.
What?
First attempt was October. And we tried with something called a stork. A stork is literally, it's like a pole.
Okay.
A pole that you can use it two different ways. The man can put the condom piece on, and then when he's done, unroll it, put it in the stork, and
make it happen.
Yeah, we didn't have any type of sexual intercourse. It's like,
Got you.
No, I'm good there.
Not your thing.
Not my thing
We
at
get
all. Past that. So, we tried that for the month of October. With her tracking her cycles and most fertile days, and we weren't successful for the month of October. We tracked November, and I'll never forget, it was actually Thanksgiving, and we did it a different way this time. It was, we started doing some research on YouTube, and we seen a lesbian couple, and they tried a method using soft cups.
Okay.
Soft cups essentially is like a disc, and we use some pre-seed.
What's pre-seed?
Pre-seed is a lubricant. It's a It's a baby making lubricant. Okay. Let's go with that.
Okay.
It helps your guys swim to where they need to go faster.
Okay.
So we essentially we prelude the disc.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and then, you know, once I had my moment inside of the disc, I, you know, handed it off to which is now my child's mother. And, you know, she did her thing. And literally maybe 2 weeks later, she was like, I think I'm pregnant. I'm like, girl, you don't know that serious. She was like, no, I think I'm pregnant. I'm like, okay. So she surprised me and took like an early pregnancy test. And she was pregnant. Literally cried. You know, super excited, then super nervous at the same time because it's just like, literally, I thought that I was pregnant the entire time. Like, I know I got on her nerves. It was just like, you know, hey, make sure you're doing this. Hey, let's exercise. Hey, let's eat this. Like, you know, it was crazy. Like,
and we talked offline about you kind of being specific in the gender that you wanted.
Yeah. So again, I knew I wanted kids since 12. I knew I wanted a girl and a boy.
Okay.
I wanted a girl first. Why? I have no clue.
Okay.
So during the preparation, I Googled foods and diets and exercises that you should do to try to consume a girl. So I did that. And I blew up in the midst of it. I was eating everything. Salmon, raw eggs, white eggs, pumpkin seeds. You name it, like, I was on Google. Pomegranates. Like, it was crazy. A crazy diet. Try it out.
I mean, I guess it worked because you had a girl. But what? I didn't know that was a thing.
The funny thing is, my bro, Wayman, that's my boy. We were both trying to have kids at the same time. Coincidentally, like, one day we always talked, and he's just like, Leon, you know, I didn't tell you, but, you know, I'm going through the process of, you know, he's the one that actually told me about the stork, and he was trying before I was, and I got pregnant before he did. So once I told him my method, that's actually how he consumed his daughter. We were eating the same things. Our daughters are 6 months apart. Yeah.
This is got it. So pomegranates and dark chocolate. You want a girl?
Dark chocolate. Eat your pumpkin seeds.
Let's fast forward a little bit. Yeah. So we have the child.
Yes.
What does that look like?
Fatherhood, I would say, is absolutely amazing.
Okay.
Of course, it has its moments, you know. But the joy of fatherhood makes it all worth it. I would definitely say my daughter changed my life for the better. So I would never say that I was reckless, but I feel like she made me settle down and want to grind more and hustle more and, you know, just be supportive of her. And, you know, I have 2 other kids that aren't biologically mine, but I consider them mine. Like, blood couldn't make us any, you know. Yeah. They're my kids.
Got you.
You know, so it just makes me want to do more. Don't talk about the Baltimore accent. I know you heard it.
They heard it with the 2. You know, the 2. We heard the Baltimore's in the house, guys. If you didn't know, Baltimore's in the house.
Yeah, it just makes me want to hustle and do more for them. You know.
So what are your thought processes about, like, helping her understand? Like, do you, in your mind, is it, I need to kind of help her understand my sexuality? I need to help her understand how she was conceived? Like, are those thoughts in your mind, or is it kind of too early?
So right now, that's not in my mind.
Okay.
So right now, it's just more so making sure she has the support she needs, the love that she needs, making sure that she knows exactly who she is, where she came from, and that she has a strong foundation behind her. That way, if any of the issues or, you know, bullying comes up, like, you know, she truly has something to stand on, like, you know how to handle things like that.
And preparing for the kid, even before, like, you were eating your dark chocolate and pomegranate, like, but like years ago, let's just say, like, you know, since 12 until you had a child, did you ever think about, like, navigating your sexuality with your child? Like, was that a thought of yours?
Actually, at one point, I would say that I actually considered being in a straight relationship just to have a child.
I think most of us have been there.
You know, it just came down to, like, again, I would have the child, but it wouldn't be happiness. It wouldn't be, you know, I would be hurting someone else in order to get something that I needed, and I'm like, that's not right. So, you know, it just came down to, you know, like, hey, just wait it out. When the time is right, it'll be right.
Yeah, no, I get it. I think a lot of us have struggled with that, even outside of, like, our truth, right? Like, just figuring, okay, well, I want to have children. I know I can have it with my partner, so I'm going to, like, either, again, like, use someone to get to this goal of mine or just suppress myself for the rest of my days as I navigate fatherhood and husbandhood and all these things, right? And so again, I think it's so important to talk about being a gay identified man as you navigate that process, because it's not a simple thing.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
it's not at all.
and I didn't know soft cups existed. I didn't know nothing about no storks. I didn't, like, none of that was a reality.
I've run into what I feel like might have been issues when it comes to picking out like daycares, or going to teacher parent conferences and two dads showing up. Asking the questions like, oh, I see, like, and we're just like, oh, I'm my dad and I'm my dad. Like, what's up?
And what was it like? What is it like for you?
I feel like because we both have strong presence, we don't get really asked questions. Like later on, I might get asked like, oh, how did the process happen? But not like, oh, so what's going on? Or who's the dad and who's the mom dad? Or, nothing. I'm just like, no.
And how are you addressed by the child? Like, did you got like there's one dad? Both of you guys are dad? So both of you guys turn around every time she says dad?
Dad or dada.
But both of you guys can be either one. So so y'all, you and your guy are in the kitchen.
Yeah.
She says dad. Both of y'all like yes?
Yeah. We kind of know she's
okay.
She's kind of she's a Leo. So she makes her presence known. Come
on, Leo.
Yeah. It's like if it's you that she wants, she's gonna let it know. If it's not, she's like, hey, no. Like, no. She's definitely that. Yeah, she's extremely strong minded. She knows what she wants. She doesn't back down. Like, that's what I love about Nori. She's she knows her presence. She's here. She's just like, it's my way or I'm not taking it.
After the fact, would you do anything differently?
Would I do anything differently? I don't know. I don't know if I would do anything differently. Like, I feel like you always kind of have those thoughts, but again, when you think about your child, it's just like, I wouldn't trade my child for anything. So I would have to say I take the process for what it was. Like, every bit of it, like you learn lessons and you just know how to apply it, or how to instill it into your child to make her stronger for So
is there any advice you would give to anyone who is looking to have children who's queer?
I would say definitely pursue it. Like I said, parenthood is an absolutely amazing thing. But I feel like it's something that don't do it like it's a puppy. Okay? Yeah. So it's not like, oh my God, kids are cute, I want to go have one. It's not something that, if you don't feel like it, you could just go put your dog in a cage. No. You have your moments when you're tired after work and you have a child that you have to, provide structure. Like, so my day is normally work, after work, pick her up from school. Then we have dinner. We play. We read a book or two, bedtime. Do it all over in the morning. But it requires structure in order to, do it successfully.
I guess, and I'm hearing you, I love that.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about, because I have a dog, and I'm always like, if this is more than a dog, because y'all act like dogs are simple, and dogs are not simple either. Like, even if I go out of town, I got to find somewhere for my dog to be.
Listen. I'm like, I travel back and forth a lot because my family's in Baltimore. So, now it's an extra person that I have to pay for. I take it. I'm like, she's just small. She can literally sit on my lap. But, that's an extra expense,
Not to derail anybody. Have your kids. I want to have kids too, guys. But I'm just saying, I can imagine that it's a task.
Be fruitful.
Listen. Don't multiply, though. Huh? All right, guys. Well, listen. Hope you learned something. If you have kids, I want pictures because although they are more than cute, I love cute kids. I will see you guys next week. Keep creating space.